You have to believe it before you can start to see it. So what do you do if your life seems to be proving that your limiting beliefs are true? How can you start to let them go and change those beliefs so that you can see that desired reality that actually exists right now? Well, in this video, I'm going to be breaking that down exactly to give you those answers. And I know that if you watch this video until the end, it will radically change the way you see your current circumstances and empower you so that you can see how close you actually are to accessing your desired reality. So let's get started. So the biggest thing to understand here is if your life right now, you don't feel good enough and you find people who continually show up and maybe they have a lot of talk, and then when it comes to showing up for you, no one's there. You are always there for other people, no one's there for you. Maybe it's about people just not being very respectful of you, not respecting yourself, your space. And maybe you feel just a general sense of powerlessness, and no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, all you see is more lack. All you see is yourself giving and giving and getting nothing back. It could be really hard for you to believe right now that these experiences, that version of you actually exists now. And I'm here to tell you that that is how it is. You will not be able to see whatever it is you're wanting to manifest until you shift your belief system. Why? Because your belief system is like a filter. This is essentially going to represent your perception. Your perception is what is allowed in to your conscious mind, the one you're watching this video with. There are 50 million bits of information coming into your subconscious per second, but everything gets filtered out other than what aligns with your belief system. Now, I've got these little tiny ridiculous kid glasses to represent your limiting beliefs, that they're too small, you've outgrown them. That's why you're watching this video. That's why you're researching and trying to find the answer you're looking for. These filters, these glasses, can only see the limiting beliefs. So that means when I put them on, and especially if you're not aware of them, I can only see situations, circumstances, people that align with this self-concept, which is this piece of plastic. That means that I can't even perceive of anything that would represent this version of me, these beliefs, because I've got blue filters on. I can't see any red. So if somebody was emotionally available, if there's a situation where I could have financial abundance, even though I desire that, I'm blocking out unconsciously anything that would help me get to this situation because I've got my glasses on for this. You will not sit in this version of you with these beliefs and pull these experiences over, and then you see them, then you're like, okay, well, I saw it, now I can believe it. You will never see it and then believe it. You will have to be able to believe it before you see it. Why? Because you will have these on. If you don't change your beliefs, you will never be able to perceive of that. So even if somebody comes in and they are emotionally available and they have the capacity, or that financial situation comes up, you'll be like, no, whoa, hey, don't know if you realize, but I'm not enough. I'm not worthy, and I'm certainly not powerful, because you're seeing through these beliefs. So you'll actually repel, push away, avoid, sabotage, because this is how you identify as staying safe. You've got to realize this no longer keeps you safe. This creates your suffering. These limiting beliefs at one time kept you safe. They created a barrier around you, and they maybe in some ways got your needs met. But now that barrier that kept you safe is actually now a prison that's keeping you confined and keeping you from your true evolution and the life that you really deserve to live. So the reason you have to believe it before you can start to see it is because of your perceptual bias. First thing is saying, whoa, okay, I can start to become aware of these beliefs. The story I'm telling myself is I'm not good enough right now. Oh, okay, interesting. So step one into starting to be able to believe something different than your life might be proving is true about you is to simply be aware of it. Oh, okay, I'm not good enough. Okay, what causes me to think that way? Oh, well, when I was little, the adults around me treated me really poorly, or they told me I wasn't good enough. Or I thought if I was good enough, they would have taken me and done the things that I wanted to do. Go to Disneyland, or be there emotionally for me, listen to the stories I wanted to share. If I was good enough, but since they didn't do it, it must have been me. Oh, the people around me didn't treat me very valuable. It must have been me. I felt completely powerless to being heard or being seen. It must have been me. You can start to see That's a misunderstanding of yourself. You as a little kid had to think, oh, okay, the caregivers know best. Because guess what? If they didn't, you're screwed. Your physical life depended on those caregivers knowing better than you did. So you essentially put that emotional thing in there too. We all did. That is literally how we survived up until now. The issue is that those beliefs didn't get updated. They're still here. So they must have known best. Wait a second. What if the reason that I didn't get my needs met, or somebody wasn't there emotionally for me, or I didn't feel seen or heard, wasn't something I lacked? It was a lack of emotional maturity or a lack of emotional capacity and space. And it wasn't about me. It wasn't personal. It wasn't something I didn't do enough. I've always been enough. And that was not the reason that I did not get my needs met. The more you can start to just make these small shifts, the more you can start to be aware of these glasses. And when you become aware of them, you open up the potential to create new ones. That's what these fancy adult glasses are now. Oh, whoa, hang on a second. I'm starting to perceive of this situation outside of me. I'm starting to see, oh, okay, wow. I have these disconfirming experiences. Even though this still exists right now in my life, I can also perceive of this. And as I start to ask myself, moment by moment and situation by situation, what beliefs, what story is being told? Is it through the lens of the beliefs that are in alignment with the desires that I want? Or am I looking through the lens of my limiting beliefs? So if a situation comes up and maybe somebody doesn't show up for you, maybe you didn't get invited to a party and you thought that y'all were really close. You start to tell, oh, okay, you know what? What did I do? Did I show up weird? Did they not love me anymore? What did I do? I must have been wrong. Oh, I'm doing the same thing I did when I was a kid. Oh, that keeps me here. Okay, that's the story I'm telling myself. That perceptual bias, that impulse for self-abandonment, that no longer keeps me safe. That hurts me. Okay, what do I know here? Well, I don't know what's going on over there. I'm not really sure. And unless they come to me and tell me something happened, I'm not going to assume that that's about me. I'm seeing that I'm worthy of invitation and friendship and connection. I'm deserving and I'm powerful enough to be aware in the moment and become aware of the story that I'm telling myself. The more you become aware of what story you're telling yourself, you will start to be able to perceive, shifting that belief and starting to see an entirely different reality. Not because you just created it and you're like, oh my God, that used to overwhelm me. I thought, oh my God, how am I going to create all this stuff? It felt overwhelming. You don't have to create anything. All you got to do is shift. And the first part of the shift is to become aware of it so you can let go. It already exists now. There's no work you have to do. It's more about actually letting go is the only work you need to do. Becoming aware it exists, starting to observe it in the moment, and then letting that go and telling a new story. Now, it could be actually uncomfortable physically for you to start to believe something different. You've got to be able to take care of yourself in that moment. And sure, it's okay if you slip up and you have a meltdown and everything's overwhelming. That's okay. This right here, feeling worthy, feeling powerful, deserving, whatever it is for those beliefs that are going to be in alignment with that desire you want. Starting to ask yourself, what would I believe as this person who has financial abundance, who has a loving, safe relationship? What would I believe about myself? Okay. Interesting. And as you start to do that and you start to dismantle the whole reason this is taking up space, it creates capacity for you to step into this one. Believing it is the way you will start to see it. This, being your true self, letting go of anything that is not in alignment, any opinion, any poor treatment from anybody in your entire life who has told you anything different from this version of you, can basically shove it, because that is not about you. The more and more you relate to yourself, you update and upgrade and validate and feel this to be true. And it's okay to practice. This will feel uncomfortable at first, most likely. It'll feel scary because it's unknown. That's okay. It doesn't mean you can't do this. Try this on, practice, cultivate this relationship with your true self. The more and more you do that, the easier it'll be to recognize it in the moment moment, let this go, put on those new glasses, and step into the experience and the life that you deserve to live. Understanding how your perceptions create your reality is life-changing. This next video right here is going to teach you the most powerful way that you can raise your vibration to be in alignment with that in version of you, so it's a natural expression. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. If you like this video, click that like button. If you haven't done so already, join this community. We would love to have you. I'll see you on the next one.